Okay, now we're going to continue on with the setup. We're going to create a show file. Very, very important step. So let's go ahead and show you how we do that. Very simple and easy. Let's turn over here to the console. So the console's set up in the default overview here. There's one of two ways to get to the automation page where you're going to create it. I like to use the screen access buttons down here. Simply pressing that. We're going to get into it. Another way to do that, if we just close out of that and get back to here, we can go over here to the home screen, scroll down to automation and select it, and it gets us to the same view. But pressing the button's a lot faster and easier. On the screen, it's telling you, hey, there's no show file loaded. Go ahead and load a new one, create a new one or load an existing show file. But right now, I'm going to show you how to create a new one. All right, so as you would expect, you come up here to the top and we press on create new show file. Okay, let's see, what could we call this? We'll call this Midas. I have caps lock engaged because I like having big letters. All right, so we're gonna hit OK, and now the automation screen comes up. Okay, still set up in the safe parameters. So let's, there's a million different ways you can name this. For now, like we can name the first scene as song 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the store button. Okay, I'm hitting it in the automation, or you could hit it right on the screen. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, for now, for this, we can call this song 1. Okay, oops, let's go ahead and redo that again. We're gonna do song 1, and we're gonna hit OK. So now you see song 1 is there. All right, so now one thing I wanna do, because if we wanna keep making changes to song 1, I like to press store again and just move my cursor down to overwrite scene. So now every time I hit the store button, it's automatically gonna say, hey, overwrite scene. You could do it with the mouse, or you could do it with the jog wheel on the console. Again, 2 ways to do things. So click OK, so now we're overwriting it. So as we're going through and we're setting up our song, we're making our changes, moving faders or anything, and making our balances, changing EQs and stuff, and we're like, okay, we're happy, let's store that, okay? So now that information's retained. I would highly suggest, as you're building your show file, whether you're using song files or just maybe a specific file for that specific show that you're doing, I would constantly be saving just as a backup. So in the event that the console had lost power, the console will boot back up in the in the same status that it was, but you want to you don't want to lose any of that information. So the console is always going to be telling you, if you have information that's not saved. It's giving you the information right up here on both sides of the screen saying, hey, I'm not saved. To go ahead and save, you just go ahead and click that. What that's doing is it's saving that information and all those changes you made to the internal filing system that's on the console. All right, so now it's saved, the console can get shut down and everything's gonna be saved properly. When we do the separate video in the shutdown procedure, the console will give you an alert to say, hey, your show file is not saved. Go ahead and do that before we shut down. So we'll go ahead and cover that in the shutdown procedure video. So that's it. It's pretty straightforward for creating a new scene.